Yo, peep this. You just clicked on Let's View It, and I'm Tyrone Cross. Welcome to my channel where I'm here to entertain you and I react to TikTok videos and discuss other topics I find interesting or important, or I just find irritating people to respond to. Whatever gets the job done. But if this is your first time clicking on my video, then you're new to the crew and I welcome you. So after this video, if you like how I do, what I do, all I ask is that you subscribe. Please support me. I'm feeling weak in the legs, so I need the support. And if you don't like this video, then just pretend like the subscribe button will blow it up. So now let me get into this video. In this video, I'm going a little different route because I found a TikTok video of Neil Degrasse Tyson who's trying to explain what consciousness is. Now let me preface this video by saying, I can't stand this guy. I find him highly annoying and has a very, very punchable face. But not only that, everyone gives him so much credit for being smart. He literally, and I do mean literally, makes up stuff on the spot and starts babbling, and everyone's like, ah. Literally everyone thinks he's a freaking genius.
The greatest astrophysicist in the world.
But I'm telling you right now, a lot of times, he's just making up BS. So you already know. Let's view it.
You know, the story of consciousness, it's occupied so many deep thinkers over the decades, over the centuries. You go back to Descartes, I think, therefore I am. This is like a declaration of consciousness. And I have a kind of unorthodox view of consciousness. Very simple. It's as long as people keep writing books to explain consciousness, they're offering us evidence that we have no idea what it is. Think about it, right? Look, go to the bookstore or the library and try to find books on the mind, on the human mind and consciousness. There's shelf after shelf. People still writing about it. If we really understood consciousness, the book would be written and we'd be done and we'd be moving on to the next problem. Okay?
No, that's not okay. Off of that logic alone, we know nothing still. Books are always getting rewritten. One, because sometimes things change, and two, because sometimes we learn different. If you read a book about a computer in 1980s compared to a book written about computers right now, it's going to be written different because the technology was changing, so the information we need to know is different. Does that mean we don't got a good grasp on how to build a computer? No, absolutely not. The same thing with cars, right? As technology changes, mechanics and the information and the techniques they need to know to fix these cars change. Does that mean we don't got a good grasp on what a car is or how to make it? No. Even in the transgender thing, they're changing the books on what gender is. Why? To fit a narrative, to fit an agenda. Does that mean we don't have a good grasp on what a man and a woman is? No. This is what I mean. This guy just babbles and talks and he expects everyone to think it's some mind-blowing revelation because he's Neil Degrasse Tyson. But really he just says something completely idiotic. But he's a genius, but fine. We don't know what consciousness is because they keep writing books on it.
Newtonian gravity. We're not still writing books on it. There's like 2 books on the shelf on Newtonian gravity. We got this. Okay? Nuclear fusion.
Newtonian gravity, or in other words, Newton's theory of gravity. There's only 2 books on Newton's theory of gravity. So we're done with it? Literally, gravity is a theory. How can you be done with a theory? See, more BS. The only way that I can see government scientists and the government being done with a scientific theory and saying it's done in theory mode would be because it meets its purpose for us. Now maybe I'm crazy.
We got this, all right? There's things that are well known that we don't keep writing books about because we've moved on. So the number of times and ways and people who are talking about consciousness, for me, is evidence that we still don't know what it is. First, my second point is
the number of ways that we talk about consciousness is proof to him that we don't know what it is. That's really weird because there's a lot of scientific facts that are talked about in a bunch of different ways.
Who are we to say that we're conscious? If we met an alien 10 times smarter than us.
Well, my great granddaddy told me if was a fifth, we all be drunk.
First, we would look like worms or something, they might not count us among the ranks of intelligent species in the galaxy. The audacity of us to say, let's go out and look for other intelligent life. Really? Who said we're intelligent? We did. So what kind of measure is that? All right. If there's a species out there smarter than us compared to us than we are compared to, let's say, chimps, there's no way they would rank us among the intelligent species of the galaxy. They'd be embarrassed that we lived in the same galaxy as they did, particularly after they looked a little closer at civilization. So my question is, if there's a higher level of consciousness attainable by higher, smarter beings, who are we to declare that we are conscious at all?
What you talking about, Willis? So this video, he was supposed to be talking about consciousness, and then he started talking about intelligence and aliens. And if there were aliens really intelligent, then who are we to say we're conscious? What? Consciousness is just knowing your presence, your existence, your thoughts. You realize you're here, right? That's conscious. I'm conscious that I'm standing in front of a camera, talking to it, hoping that someone clicks on this video later so that I'm talking to them. Consciousness. But what is it? He told us nothing. He said people keep writing books. Well, I do have an idea of what it is. A pretty strong idea. And I even think they know what it is too. They just don't want to tell us. That won't benefit them at all. So instead, they use science to get us lost in the sauce and start talking about aliens and how intelligent they can be. And who are we to say that we're intelligent? But I'm telling you right now, the answer is simple. They know it. I know it. Your conscience is your soul. What else do you think it is? What makes you inside of your body is your soul. It's that simple. It's so obvious. In other words, if we didn't have that soul, we would be more animalistic and instinctual. Just like animals, we would just react to our environments, react to things that we want. We do have animal instincts in us, but our conscience and our soul lets us go against them. Well, I won't say animal instincts, but we have human instincts, human desires. We have our flaws too, but our conscience is our soul. When we sit alone at night and we're talking to ourselves, that's our soul speaking. Everyone's soul is different. That's the person they are. Yes, your environment will help mold the person you become, but it doesn't mold everybody the same. And everybody doesn't necessarily have the same opinions. Some people get offended by certain jokes. Some people laugh at those jokes. Some people aren't offended but don't think it's funny. What is the difference in those people? Their soul. The way the joke connected with their soul. Say you're sitting at your job and your mind starts drifting and you're thinking about, should I go out to dinner tonight or should I cook something? Oh, nah, I'll just have cereal. What's doing that thinking? Your soul. This is just our bodies. This is just a capsule for our soul to exist on earth. And this is the information they don't want us to know. They don't want everyone to know for a fact that they have a soul. Why? Because if you admit to everybody that you have a soul, well then you're starting to admit there's a God. There's spirits. And that's the thing that lives inside of us. That's the thing that when you close your eyes, you still can envision your loved ones. Clearly, Neil Degrasse Tyson is a paid person. He's paid to push certain ideas and certain thoughts. That's why he's so famous in the first place. There's gatekeepers to fame, believe it or not. Now, I want to say, one time I was going through TikTok and someone thought they had a good point. And they said, when you die, I think we go back to nothing, just like it was before you were born. You don't remember being here before you were born, so you won't remember being here when you die. Now, I'm sure she thought she sounded so wise. There was only one problem with that thought. You don't remember being a baby either. But trust me, you were a baby, and you existed as a baby. You weren't just born big. So who's to say you just don't remember your spiritual life before you became a baby? If you could lose your memory of your existence in your current physical life, I'm sure remembering even farther back could be a problem. So anyways, that's the video of the annoying ass Neil Degrasse Tyson, and I guess his thoughts on consciousness, or at least at bare minimum, his thoughts of What if there were aliens and they were way more intelligent than us? Then what? So now that you know, we are still currently writing books on consciousness because we don't know what it is, and that's the ultimate proof of not knowing something. Now all I need you guys to do is comment below. Tell me what you think. Do you think I'm right about what our conscience is? Or do you have a different idea of what a conscience is? But while you're sharing your thoughts, I'm also gonna need you to hit that bell like the hunchback. Also click that hitchhiker button and subscribe with me. And I'll see you on the next trip.
Day and night. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. All my life. Keep it real.